Hello, I'm Roger Cox with RogerCox.net blog, and I'm out here today, and it's a little windy. Hopefully it won't mess up with the sound, and so that you can hear this pretty well. But I have a lot of people that would like to market their product or their opportunity on Facebook, but they would like to be able to do that without spamming everybody or even finding themselves into Facebook jail. And there's ways that you can do that. And today I'm just going to give you one small tip for free, no obligation. Normally I would at least ask for a name and an email address, but today it's free. You're getting a freebie today. And if you do want more information on how to advertise your product or your opportunity on Facebook, you can go to my blog post on RogerCox.net, and down at the bottom there's a couple of links that you can click on, and you'll have to give your name and your email address. But one of them is called Free Facebook Training, and it's like a 77-page PDF, and the other one is called Avoid Facebook Jail. And both of those would be very important if you want to do some promoting your product on Facebook, because there's ways that you need to be aware of some ways to do that without getting yourself into trouble. Okay, so as a business person, and you want to get your product or your opportunity on Facebook, you want to get as much exposure as you can. In other words, you want your name and your face to be everywhere, so that people know who you are when they see you and they hear your name. You want people to mentally see your face when they hear something about the product. For example, if you're into weight loss products, and in a conversation, if the topic of weight loss comes up, you want your name and your brand to be one of the first things that the people think of. So in order to do that, you want as many likes and friends and followers as on your Facebook page as you can get. They're all good, because you can get, when you have friends and family, friends and followers on Facebook, and you write a post, the fact is that only a very few of those are going to see your post, because the way Facebook does things, they allocate, I guess, who gets those posts, and it's only a small minority of the people will see those posts. So you want a big pool to start out with. You want a lot of people as your friends and your followers, and so you want to get that bigger pool. And there's one way to get them. One way is to find groups about the product or the opportunity that you sell. Groups on Facebook, and you can do a search up in the search bar for Facebook. For example, let's say that you make homemade lawn ornaments, and you want to increase your online market, particularly with Facebook, with handmade lawn ornaments. And just for an experiment, I went onto Facebook and I typed in handmade lawn ornaments, and I didn't find too much, but I typed in lawn ornaments, and I found a number of groups that's what they talk about, is lawn ornaments. So you want to find those groups. And then when you find those groups, you do a little research. You see who's following those groups, who's commenting on them, and Facebook will have their names. And what I would suggest that you do is to click on some of those and read their profiles, and see what they're all about. You want to check them out and just see what kind of questions they have. The one thing you do not want to do is to immediately begin talking about your products. About your lawn ornaments on there, because number one, if it's an obvious sales thing, then the people are going to just scroll by it. The worst thing, one of the bad things that can happen, is that if some group administrators will delete your post, and sometimes they'll even go as far as blocking you from the group and removing your name, so that you're not in that group anymore. So you really want to be careful about spamming the group, particularly right from the very beginning. So what you want to do is you want to find these people who are already on that group. You can click on their name and go to their Facebook page, and then you start building a relationship with them. You can comment on things that they've said. You can make friends with them. Sometimes they will let you'll have the option where you can send them a private message. Now, a lot of times they're not going to see that message unless they're already friends, because it goes into what's called another folder, which most people on Facebook don't even know about. But if you reply to their comments in that group, they will see your comments there in the public forum. and you can begin conversations there. And at some point, you can ask them to be your friend, and you can friend them. And then once you're friends with them, you can talk about all kinds of things. You can talk about lawn ornaments, and when it comes up naturally, you can talk about your handmade lawn ornaments, and send them pictures of it or whatever. What you want to do is become the go-to guy for whatever product or opportunity that you have. I mentioned the weight loss. If your product is homemade lawn ornaments, you should become the expert on lawn ornaments, so that when people see Facebook posts about lawn ornaments, or if they are walking into Home Depot and they see lawn ornaments, you want them to think of you, one of the first things, because you've established yourself as the expert. And so that's pretty much my tip for today. It's a freebie, as I said. I don't give those away too often, but if you want more, you can go to my blog post, which is rogercox.net, and so it'd be rogercox.net, where my blog is, and there's other tips on there. Plus, I do have on the sides and on the bottom, I have offers for other products where you will need to. Excuse me, my notes just blew away. But you go to my blog post, and on the sides and on the bottoms, there will be links that you can click on, and what we ask for is your name and your email address. And so that's my show. It's not really a show, I guess. That's my video for today. If you like what you're hearing, go ahead and give me a like. You can give me a comment. There you can be either above and below this video, depending on what media that you're looking at it from. But I like those things. If you can give me some likes and some comments and some shares, even shares would be great. That's one way you can really help me out. So that's a wrap for today, as they say in the show business. We'll come up with another video sometime later. Thanks. Bye.